All right, let's do this problem here where we're using the substitution method. In this problem, we are not being told what u is. And it's a little bit of a challenge here. But what I suggest is you just do as many of these types of problems as possible. I mean, use substitution problems, because there's little patterns that you pick up. It's not enough to just do like 5 of them. You have to do many, because there's so many little similar type of problems and patterns to pick up on. All right, we have cosine theta. I'm going to write it as this: cosine theta to the third power, as I'm showing here, which is, just a little different notation. And the reason I'm doing this is because I think that shows us that there is a composition, and that cosine theta is sort of what I would, could call an inside function. And that tells me, well, okay, let's try letting u equal cosine theta. Now, if I pick u properly, it really follows along, sort of like, quote, following my nose. I'll follow my nose. So I'll have the derivative of u is du, and then derivative of cosine theta is negative sine theta d theta. All right. Now I am going to multiply both sides by -1 and write negative du equals sine theta d theta. And what do I see? Well, I see there's sine theta d theta right there, and that will be negative du. So this whole thing becomes something sort of simple. The negative I'll bring to the front, and then I'll have u to the third power du, and that's a pretty relatively simple integral to evaluate. So what I've done now is I had a composition of functions, and I have the derivative of that inside function being multiplied there. But now I'm only looking at that outside function of the composition of functions, and so it's easier to evaluate, way easier. U to the third is antiderivative is u to the fourth over 4. So I take 3, add 1, and get 4. I'm going to put plus c, and now I'm going to plug in what u is. U is cosine theta. I could write 1/4 times that, or put the whole thing over 4. They both have the same meaning. Okay, that's our answer. Does anybody have a question before I move on? All right, I'm going to stop recording this.